What do you do when you got no time? And the world wants something pretty and that rhymes. They want proof. Yeah, you got proof. So put your keys on your knees and hammer out a line. You got to write it down, 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 write it.
DJ sits in the studio of a radio station. DJ's eyes are obscured by large sunglasses. DJ is somewhat concealed by shadows, and it's hard to tell DJ's age or gender. DJ adjusts levels on the fader, then starts to speak into the mic. DJ has one of the most resonant voices known to man.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's sunny in Berlin and cloudy in Ankara and rainy in Portobello, and there's a hurricane sweeping the shores of the Bahamas. The birds are flying, the turtles are swimming, and the trees are dead or alive. Happy birthday, Josie in Soldotna, Alaska. Keep on learning to play the violin. You won't regret it. Condolences to Einar in Reykjavik. It really was a statement having your mother's coffin lowered into the ground to Sinatra's My Way. The power of music is vast. Welcome back to the DJ show. I'm your host, DJ. Just DJ will do. It's my job. I've got a lot of good tunes to share today and every day for the rest of time. It was Friday recently, so you know the new releases were pouring in. Which one was your favorite? Let me know. The great thing about the DJ show is its interactiveness. You got a request? You want to just call in and chat? You want to report a crime? You know how to reach me. If you know, you know. In fact, you always knew. Anyway, let's listen to some music, okay?
DJ starts to play every song at once. Then the music stops abruptly and the phone rings.
Hey, how are you? This is DJ of the DJ show.
I feel sad.
Sorry to hear that. Why?
I can't remember what's making me so sad. I'm so sad I can't even get up.
Let's shuffle through. How to Save a Life by The Fray.
Summer camp. Youthful mistakes. I'm mostly over it now.
Maple Leaf Rag by Scott Joplin.
Oh yeah, that drunk asshole pianist at the bar. I'd say we're friends now.
Gran Vals by Francisco Tarrega.
What?
Nokia ringtone.
20 years ago.
Is your memory jogged?
She promised to call me back. And I was filled with such hope every time the phone would ring, and I'd be disappointed every time. God, how could she do this to me? I never found out what happened.
The day's not yet over. You have the resources to find out if you want, for better or for worse.
I gotta go.
Thanks for calling the DJ show.
Caller one hangs up.
And once again, we dance the great waltz of loss and love. Thank you, Francisco. Thank you, Finland. Thanks for calling the DJ show.
The phone rings. DJ picks up.
Hey, how are you? This is DJ of the DJ show.
I can't escape Billy Joel. No matter what stage of life I'm in, no matter where I go, he's there.
It's because Billy Joel is a very popular artist.
Middle school choir, we were forced to perform the longest time, over and over again. The choir teacher kept hounding me about how off-key I was. Uptown Girl was playing in the radio in my car when I crashed it. and I accidentally walked in on my parents having sex to leave a tender moment alone.
You had the best meal of your life at the fair while a local band was doing a cover of Vienna. Sleeping with the television on was playing at the bar where you met your best friend. The last time you saw your father, he was watering the plants while listening to Summer Highland Falls.
Ah,
Billy Joel isn't chasing you. He's just accompanying you.
then what am I trying to escape from?
Caller 2 hangs up.
Hello? Oh, perhaps Billy Joel intercepted the airwaves of this caller's brain. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor. Keep your ears close to the ground, everyone.
The DJ show is proudly sponsored by Crickets.
Cricket sounds.
Welcome back to the DJ show. Once again, I'm DJ. I think it's about time we had an in-studio session.
The phone rings.
Just as I was expecting.
DJ picks up the phone.
Hey, how are you? It's DJ from the DJ show.
Hi, DJ. I'm one of your biggest fans.
I'm flattered.
It's been a dream of mine to be a part of the in-studio session ever since my parents got me my first drum kit at age 15. It was a cheapo kit from the thrift store and sounded like I was banging on Tupperware, but it was fun. It's possible, right?
It always was.
Caller 3 enters the studio.
Hi.
Welcome in. Where are you right now?
My parents' basement. The drum kit is still here. Wow. When I was a kid, I used to call myself Alien John and fantasize about playing the drums on a spaceship.
No wonder you've got all those UFO posters in your bedroom. And I think the listeners will agree with me that childhood is the most musical time of your life.
Oh, I wish I could be here with my band.
Do you still blame yourself for the disbandment?
Yeah, I got too hyper fixated on certain ideas and tried to take control of the band's sound, and they kicked me out. And I've been playing with them since childhood too. Do you think my music is just a hobby or hyperfixation?
I don't think there's an explicit answer for one or the other, but I think you spend time on it because it's comforting and you're passionate about it. But it also makes you neglect other things because they don't give you the comfort music does.
I managed to get my band to 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Not bad for a college band.
My bandmates said that I have a stick up my ass.
I would say your bandmates used music as a supplement to God, while you used your music as a replacement for God. Your bandmates visited the in-studio session last week. We had a good talk. They still think of you. You guys have a lot more in common than you think. Are you ready for that in-studio session?
Yes.
Well, there's the old drum kit. Make yourself at home.
But I am home.
Exactly.
DJ speaks into the mic.
All right, folks, we got
Call me Alien John.
Alien John. We brought him in for a very special performance. I don't know what he's playing, but I can promise you that whatever he plays, he'll be playing from the heart.
Caller 3 sits and performs a long, virtuosic drum solo. As soon as it's over, $5,000 rain from the sky.
Oh, it's the scholarship money that music school gave me. You know, I used some of that money to get myself a Dyson vacuum cleaner. I got bad dust allergies, so I was willing to invest it in on a good one. DJ, I'm sorry. There's just a lot on my shoulders here. So much on my shoulders, and it's weighing me down.
I understand that. What do you listen to when you're anxious?
Cricket sounds.
DJ plays cricket sounds.
Thank you. But it's just not sustainable. I'm not gonna make it. I should just quit music and I don't know, just go to vocational school.
Only if you want to. There are other ways to love music.
I don't think I want to.
And don't. Who's saying that? Your family?
I have a scholarship to a good music school and I'm in a band that has 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and I proved them wrong, right, DJ? I gotta keep continuing on this path, DJ. I really gotta.
You know Dale Crover of the band Melvins? I love his drumming. It's not overly flashy, but it's incredibly visceral and hard-hitting. Your drumming kind of reminds me of him. Listen to the album Bullhead and come back next week, Every once in a while, you need a reminder as to why you fell in love with music in the first place.
DJ,
Less talking, more listening. You're a good guy, caller 3, but Alien John is better.
that's what I've always preferred. I'll see you, DJ.
Alien John exits the studio. The phone rings. DJ picks it up.
Hey, how are ya? It's DJ from the DJ show.
The lights are dim in Joe and Gail's apartment. Joe gets ready quietly while Gail sleeps. Joe gathers some things and leaves the apartment. She arrives at the tree hole, a square of gravel on the sidewalk that used to contain a tree. The tree hole is directly outside of Joe and Gail's apartment window. Joe carries Palo Santo and a little cup and a lighter. She lights the Palo Santo beside the tree hole. She hums and moves around the tree hole with the smoking cup. She sits down cross-legged beside the tree, letting the Palo Santo burn. K-Dub, a crow, lies dead on the sidewalk a few yards away. Megan enters and walks up to Joe. She stops short of Joe, realizes she's too close, steps back awkwardly.
Hello.
Hi.
What are you up to?
Preparing the space a little. I don't know if I believe in it, but just in case. We want a tree to really thrive here once they plant it.
What kind of tree?
We don't know yet. Hoping for a big one. Christmas tree, maybe, or something leafy.
Will there be more than one? Seems like there are a lot of holes here where trees used to be.
I hope so. I think it's so lonely to be the only tree on a street like this, especially with all the potential, so close to the waterfront.
I totally agree.
You do?
Of course. You know, trees talk to each other.
I read that too.
There's this book about a woman who spends her life pretending to be Native American. And when she was found out and kicked out of the real Native American tribe, she went to live alone with the trees. They begin to breathe through her. Don't you love that idea? A tree breathing right through you?
Do you want to sit down?
I do.
Megan sits.
I'm Megan.
Joe. What's the name of that book?
Can't remember, the chief of something or maybe the priest of something. I'll have to look it up. Hey, so I don't want to freak you out, but I think you saw me yesterday standing outside your window.
Oh. You look different today.
Yeah, I put my hair down.
Gail sits up in bed. He stretches. pulls on a shirt, yawns. Joe looks up to see if he's standing in the window. He is not.
I've been trying to get your attention in a way that's not creepy.
Gale gets up and fiddles with his phone. He goes to the kitchen, gets coffee, and brings it back.
I need to share something with you that's challenging. It's a challenging thing. I'm on your side with this. That is the side of women. Fuck men, or anyone who does this bullshit.
What are you talking about?
For the last year or so, Gale and I have been together.
What?
He called me his girlfriend.
Gale looks around the apartment for his earbuds.
What?
I thought I was the woman, not the other woman.
What?
I know this moment is fucking horrible. I'm sorry. As soon as I found out about you, I had the same moment, except that I also found out that I was the whore, I didn't mean to. I liked him a lot, for real, even though he was a lot older than me.
Okay.
It embarrasses me to admit that I care so much about being chosen by a man.
Okay.
I promise, if I had known he had another you, I wouldn't have gone on a single date.
In the
Okay.
apartment, Gale has found his earbuds. He searches his phone for a good song.
I hope I'm doing the right thing by telling you.
In the apartment, Gale begins to dance.
It's okay to feel whatever you're feeling.
Joe fiddles with her Palo Santo.
Caleb is starting to smell.
That dead crow over there?
Gale is still dancing.
Yeah.
Its feathers are kind of pretty when the wind blows.
Yeah. Caleb is the real reason that I brought the Palo Santo.
I've always preferred sage.
Well, my stupid sage stick never stays lit.
Gale plays air guitar and air drums.
Are you a nice person? Somehow this would make it easier if you were nicer. Nice.
I don't know. When I found out about you, I couldn't stand you. And I couldn't stand myself and Gale. It was all intolerable, but impossible to ignore this hollow burn. Like my emotions were going to melt my rib cage. What do you call that emotion?
Loss, I guess.
Yeah.
They sit together for a while. The Palo Santo burns. Gale continues to dance in the apartment. Megan watches him.
Yeah, I keep thinking, even though he was doing the fucked up thing, breaking our commitment, whatever, with you, I didn't know it at the time. And does it even matter? I don't think it changes the memories I already have, the minutes of my actual life. Or does the fact that he was doing this bullshit on the side delete whatever I thought the last year meant?
I wondered the same thing. I wasn't exactly unhappy with him. I didn't feel like the other woman. He's managing this double life thing quite well for an older guy. But then I thought, no. Can't really trust a guy like that with anything, even a compliment.
Megan pauses to watch Gale really rock out in the window.
Does he always dance like that where everyone in Belltown can see him?
I guess so. I'm usually inside the apartment.
Joe watches Gale.
Wow. He is really visible.
I can see why he wants to plant a big tree.
Scene opens on Amerikamura, or USA Town, an entertainment district in Osaka. It's a dense urban area decorated with images of pop culture ephemera and paraphernalia. A model of King Kong can be seen scaling one of the buildings in the distance. A giant head of what looks to be a debauched Ronald McDonald with an Uncle Sam top hat rests on the roof of an awning. The streets are lined with kiosks and shops selling various souvenirs and clothing items, hip-hop t-shirts and Godzilla figures. At stage right is the Hashigakari, a bridge to the underworld that leads off stage. In front of the bridgeway, a Japanese-style public phone sits between a convenience store and an assemblage of small stone deities known as Jiso, wearing red bibs. These small Buddhist figures are often found on temple grounds and city intersections and depict the Bodhisattva Jiso Busatsu, the protector of children, expectant mothers, firemen, and travelers. Most importantly, he is the protector of deceased children and is said to hide the children in his robes, to guard them from demons and guide them to salvation. A nondescript businessman with a greasy comb-over and glasses approaches the public phone. He picks up the receiver and begins to dial.
Awake to awareness. The world's but a dream.
Awake to awareness. The world's but a dream.
One may cast it aside. Is this what is real?
One may cast it aside. Is this what is real?
Are we awake or are we asleep?
Are we asleep or are we awake?
Sorry, did I wake you? Are you sure? Hey, the deal went through. Yeah, it's time to celebrate. Meet me at the Imperial Hotel. Can you be there by 5:30? Sure, they should still be doing happy hour. I hear they have some pretty decent apps.
The businessman hangs up the receiver. He turns and starts to walk away from the phone booth toward the street, pulling a pack of cigarettes from his breast jacket pocket.
The triumphant businessman leaves work.
Looking to tie one on after his latest conquest.
Is this not the picture of glory?
As the businessman pops a cigarette into his mouth and starts to light, a priest with an eye patch approaches from upstage carrying an alms basket and 3 long-stemmed roses.
I am Matsuba Shutaku, a resident of Mitsuji Temple in Osaka, who has renounced the world and taken on the priestly nomenclature, Yozen. Blinded in an ancient accident from a past life, I now wander the streets collecting alms and praying for the repose of my dead son.
He stops in front of the businessman, who offers small change from his pocket and places it in the basket. Pausing, he bends over to smell the roses, making eye contact with the priest. The two exchange a look of recognition.
Were you making a phone call just now?
I was.
To whom?
A dear friend. Tonight will be a good night. One I've been waiting on for some time.
What's the occasion?
I commissioned my first golf course. Been limited to driving ranges until now, but this one took some doing. There was just one holdout that prevented us from moving forward with the property, but the old lady wouldn't budge. Said her old shack held sentimental value, that she would never move.
And she changed her mind.
Let's just say we gave her several million more sentiments for giving it up.
So your business is the art of persuasion.
Not exactly, but some might call it that.
I'm sorry to linger. I thought I might have met you once before.
No worries. Care for a smoke?
Very kind of you, but I've quit long ago, among other things. I'll be going now. If someone were to ask after me,
My reply would speak of infinite grief.
Here at Osaka Bay, where the alleys reek of fried octopus and cheap sake.
The priest starts to leave. Just then, a motorbike with a Domino's Pizza delivery sign on the back comes through, honking its horn in warning. The motorbike backfires as it passes, and the two men jump in alarm.
Shots fired.
Take cover, Shotaro!
What's that now?
It's nothing. Just an old memory.
Is there something wrong with your eye?
You could say that. I lost it in a battle.
As you did your son.
Do not be afraid. I will protect him from uncertain purgatory.
Should I attain enlightenment, no being in all the world
Who calls my name shall be cast aside.
How did you know this? Every night I pray for his salvation.
Hail Amida, Buddha.
Isn't it unusual for a priest to be involved in battle?
What you say is true, but I was not always a priest.
And it seems strange that a holy man such as yourself would have something to hide.
I hide nothing, but we all have past lives, and priests are no exception.
Are we asleep or are we awake?
Priest moves closer. Gazing at the businessman's hand, he notices that half of his pinky is missing.
Are you not?
The businessman dashes into the convenience store and up into the bridgeway, disappearing off stage. He appears moments later in changed form. Wearing aviator sunglasses and stripped to the waist, his bare torso reveals a full body carp tattoo. He moves down the bridgeway and out of the convenience store in slow shuffling motions. Stopping at the center of the stage, he displays a spread-tip fan and begins dancing, waving the fan in extremely slow, deliberate movements to flute and drum accompaniment.
Look here, Matsuba. Hirano Shozu has arrived. It happened on the night of the 6th day of the 7th month. The Oyabun gathered us together and ordered us to take revenge on the house of Takizawa of the Kamagawa Gumi for encroaching on our turf and taking one of our men. He demanded one volunteer, but they all hesitated, even the most seasoned members. I had no personal vendetta against you, but I needed to prove my loyalty to the family, that I was committed to fight, no matter how reprehensible the task. So I replied with alacrity, eager to take the job.
Deployed late the following night to the enemy's residence.
Yakuza continues to dance, replaying the episode in the same slow and deliberate manner.
It seems they were expecting someone, as I could see bodyguards looming in the shadows. I entered through the back, scaling the wall and finding myself in the rock garden. A guard must have heard something, and...
Out of the depths, the guard seizes Shozo.
Shoving him into the koi pond.
The Yakuza staggers, dropping his fan.
I'm done for. I'm soaked.
Drenched and confused, he lunges at her.
Striking him in the throat.
Yakuza pulls a handgun from his pocket and continues to dance.
I charged the gate like a man possessed, screaming his name.
The wheel of fate turns, and they meet.
Little did I know that he had a son, and that this son was in the same room, working on his arithmetic, oblivious to my quest for vengeance.
It was a nightly ritual of ours. He would always do his homework at the table after dinner. I wanted to give him a way out, a chance to escape this brutal world in which we toiled. Alas, he would never get the chance. Not in this life.
Nothing can be gained from grieving now.
Just recite the Buddha's name as a prayer for his next life.
He breaks down the door. A spray of bullets, shattered glass everywhere.
Take cover, Shotaro! I tried to shield him with my body. When I came to, I had lost sight in one eye and my son was dead. Covered in blood, I cried out, not knowing if it were his or mine.
It is said, a single Hail Amida erases countless sins. I've offered ceaseless prayers to clear away all sinful hindrances. So deep my sins, please wash them away.
Your prayers, affecting both our future lives.
Once enemies,
Now instead,
in Buddha's law,
made friends.
Hail Amida Buddha.
Hail Amida Buddha.
Hail Amida Buddha.
I long to hear his voice just once again. Hail Amida Buddha.
Both the Yakuza and the priest kneel in prayer.
Returning good for evil, the priest performs services and prays.
That in the end they will be reborn together on a single lotus petal.
And they are enemies no more.
Please pray for my soul. Please pray for my soul.
The music stops. The Yakuza stands up and, facing the bridgeway, exits off stage in the same slow, shuffling motion. The present, a hot summer's day at the National Gallery, Trafalgar Square, London, UK. Andrew saunters into the gallery and looks at various works of art before he stands beside Phoebe.
I see you're fantasizing about me naked again, aren't you?
Oh God, it's you.
Who else will it be, Phoebe? Venus and Mars, painted by Sandro Botticelli during the Italian Renaissance, 1485. Mars, the god of war, was one of the lovers of Venus, the goddess of love.
My hands, they're shaking.
Look at Mars. The beautiful young body of Mars suggests he's in the prime of his health. Just like me. I've been working out. Feel how defined my muscles are. Oh.
Away from me.
I'm giving you permission.
Andrew, we are in public.
You know you can't resist.
Oh, and you know as well as I do that those days are over.
On second thought, only beautiful women are allowed to see me naked.
I wasn't beautiful.
You had sensual moments, even though you're a bit.
I'm curvy, and fuck you.
Curvy. I'm assuming your husband calls you curvy.
You know, he's here this time. I came to the gallery because we're mid-argument.
Where exactly is your husband?
I told you. He's at the hotel.
You take things far too literally. If I'm Mars, which painting depicts him?
Andrew walks around the gallery.
He's got to be here somewhere. Found him. The Arnold Philip portrait by Jan van Eyck.
You're fucking insane.
His face is large with an odd facial structure. He's strange looking. Definitely your husband.
Yeah, why did I ever think you could be civil towards me?
I'll play the agreeable ex-lover. I'll behave. I know you're playing rings tomorrow.
I figured you'd know. I was praying you wouldn't attend. Take the high road and don't go. Wait, are we meeting here by coincidence? Or did you know I'd be spending my afternoon here?
According to your Facebook account, you checked into the National Gallery about 32 minutes ago.
How did you get by my private settings?
I'm far more computer savvy. Maybe part of you wanted me to be here.
No.
Oh, but you could never have enough of me.
I loved your passion for theater and the arts.
You love my passion for passion even more.
Well, I certainly didn't love your passion for cruelty.
Like when I told you.
Do not say that word.
You're so delicate. So, okay. So is your script as boring as it was last year?
But you never called my script boring.
Well, I'm calling it dull now.
Egomaniac.
Egomaniac. There you go with the name calling. Please continue. What else did you call me? Smug? Narcissist? Mean?
Dyslexic. Dis-fucking lexic.
Hey, fuck off.
Look, I was furious with you. I only said it in retaliation to you suddenly disappearing. How many lines have you crossed?
I think you mean how many lives have we crossed? Let me cross another one for old time's sake.
Whoa, get your filthy hands off of me.
The security guard pops her head into the room. She shushes Phoebe loudly.
I get the point. Hands to myself.
Phoebe walks over to a bench near the painting. Andrew sits beside her.
You're not God's gift to women or the theater. You do commercials and adverts.
The security guard walks towards Phoebe.
He pays the bills.
Yeah, but it's not art.
I am so sorry, but you're going to have to keep it down, miss. Maybe some sun would do you some good. Maybe a nice stroll down Trafalgar?
No, thank you. Not now, anyway.
The security guard keeps a watchful eye on Phoebe.
Malignant narcissist, just like Mars.
You're hardly a goddess like Venus. You're Hera, the matron.
Oh, I am no fucking matron.
Phoebe slaps Andrew. Andrew appears unfazed. Phoebe slaps him again.
Now, I am telling you to leave the museum and go outside. Vitamin D is great for all types of conditions.
What conditions? What are you insinuating?
Miss, you just swatted the air twice.
Swatted the air?
Unfortunately, you're disrupting the patrons. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Okay, but what about him?
Him? There's nobody there, miss.
Him! On the bench! You didn't notice us arguing the last few minutes?
There's nobody with you. You've been arguing with yourself.
Are you sure? Oh my God.
Phoebe turns around to look for Andrew and walks away.
You're not leaving.
Phoebe ignores him and continues to walk away.
You always come back to me. You never leave.
Andrew lounges on a small museum sofa.
You're right. I can't leave because I need answers. Let me stay. I'm feeling better.
Miss?
I promise no more outbursts. I swear to God. I was very satisfied with my life before you. Even though I had absolutely no intention of leaving my husband, you managed to interrupt the flow of my life.
Not my fault.
The more I got to know you, the more I felt like this cosmic order was slowly unraveling. It was exhilarating and utterly terrifying at the same time.
Tired, Andrew begins to get comfortable on the sofa and slowly starts to pose like Mars in the painting.
You bore me.
You go to sleep on me, I swear to God. Wake up, Andrew. I need to know that you won't be at my reading tomorrow. And if you are at my reading, you need to assure me that you will be civil towards me.
Andrew has fallen asleep and assumes the pose of Mars. Phoebe sits down, faces him, and gazes at him, just like Venus in the painting.
She fucking sleeps.
Why don't you just go away?
Because I know in my heart that you don't want me to go away, Andrew.
Look, what started out as harmless flirtation was spinning out of control.
You were the epitome of love and romance in one day, and then you erased me.
I never meant to erase you. I just didn't want us to reach the point of no return.
But maybe I wanted to reach the point of no return with you.
I'm sorry your husband ignores you and makes you feel invisible. I cannot stand that he doesn't appreciate you. Your light, your effervescence, your talent.
There you are. Finally.
Hi.
Hi.
He embraces her and tucks her hair behind her ears. They hold one another for several beats.
Stay in London with me.
What?
Maybe we should reach the point of no return.
She grabs his face and looks deeply into his eye.
What are you doing?
Painting this picture in my mind. This will be the last time you will ever look at me like this. And I need to remember.
I thought we needed a good, clean break, but maybe I was wrong.
I'm going to remember every minute detail. Only they could tell us what to do.
Part of me is tempted, but it's too risky. It's way too dangerous.
You know why I came to this painting? I looked at Botticelli's magnificent creation and immediately saw you, me, us. It's the ultimate allegory of beauty and valor.
Now, they'll probably never mention us in the history books.
You sure? We'll always have London, the city, magic, those 10 unbelievable days.
What could have been, or what could still be. You're right. You're absolutely right. I won't be at your play reading tomorrow. It's better that way. Phoebe?
I hate it when we're not wrong.
You're a brilliant writer and a beautiful woman.
He kisses her.
Goodbye, Phoebe.
Goodbye. You say you won't be at my reading tomorrow, but you will. He'll be at all my readings.
She gazes at Venus and Mars once more, then exits. Darkness. Bright lights shine down from above. Lights. We are somewhere deep in the woods. Dr. Devora Pry and Dr. Mildred Maya Itz are studying a kaleidoscope of cerulean blue butterflies swarming a pile of excrement.
Sweet daughter, I don't think I've ever witnessed a thing quite like this.
A kaleidoscope of baby blues.
Dr. Mildred Maya Itz, you should be ashamed of your words.
Well, that is what I see. I see baby blue butterflies. I cry out their names. Oh, you must understand my excitement. In all our years researching their feeding patterns, we've never come upon this.
It must mean something we don't understand.
Don't touch them.
I will touch whatever I must touch.
They are a delicate ecosystem. Disturbing them would break their ritual.
They are tiger blues. No, they are Lorcan's blue. Tell me, you must know, daughter. I've taught you well. I trust you are well versed.
I know the feeding patterns of certain kinds of swallowtails, but I've never seen a species quite like this one. Perhaps they're brand new. Mother, you must know what this means.
No, that's not what I taught you. You're so arrogant.
You're forcing words through my throat.
You never name what has not been known before. It is unethical for you to force your understanding or lack thereof of such new wildlife. That is my job. I am a scientist. You are an observer.
They are clearly feeding. My findings are based in fact. Look upon them with your own eyes.
Hand me your guidebook.
I didn't bring it.
It's in your back pocket. I put it there before we left.
Dr. Mildred Maya Itz reaches into her back pocket. Her butterfly book is there.
It's here.
How scattered you are, much like flight with weak wings.
The patterns I make in the cross over each other, but that doesn't mean I don't get to the same place as you. It simply takes me more time.
We have no time. Knowledge is power. Relay to me what is in your book.
There's nothing here. I told you. There's nothing of any blue species, only swallowtails. That is the knowledge I have.
I asked you to research further before you came here. You're a doctor. You know how to prepare before we go on an excursion.
I didn't want to come. Your presence in my life is a burden. I hate your guts.
Lights on Reagan in his second grade class.
The holly blue butterfly. They have small, oval, powder blue wings with white membrane. It comes first in the spring before all the other blue butterflies. And in April, they're common in England. The masculine ones, they have black markings around their wings.
You know nothing about guts, little girl. You have none. Put up a fight. Choose your place in the insect kingdom. You have no bones, no guts, and you're a parasite on my life, gorging off my intelligence. Everyone in this family feeds off my droppings.
Dr. Devora Pry steals Dr. Mildred Maya Itz's book.
I think butterflies are scary because of their faces. But sometimes the blue ones land on my dad's Jeep, and I remember that they're just trying to eat like the rest of us, probably picking off the bug carcasses that build up on the grill. We watch them gather together, and then when we need to go, my dad turns on the headlights and then they scatter. I don't think it hurts them, but I don't think bugs feel pain in the same way we do.
No, that can't be right. Come here and look at this. Tell me, they don't look like what you see here. Little girl, Mildred Maya.
Dr. Mildred Maya C. Itz appears far away. She's deep in the woods now. A blue butterfly has landed on her face. Dr. Devora Price speaks as though Dr. Mildred Maya C. Itz is there somewhere and ignoring her. She's not accepted that she's alone. Dr. Mildred Maya C. Itz speaks to the butterfly.
You're drinking my tears.
I was correct. It is an Adonis blue butterfly. They're quite common around these parts.
I always thought of them as waste.
They feed on feces or mud or corpses.
But I've been wrong before and will be again.
Tell me, what is it in the fecal matter that makes them crave it for sustenance? What is it? Tell me, I want to know.
The species of butterfly are docile. They puddle on this feces to absorb nitrogen and sodium and to keep predators away from them. If they swallow the toxic substances, then the predators won't eat them.
Sometimes the butterflies come out in June. They live in the trees, and then they come out to play. That's when most of them do, because the other months, they're hibernating or dying. But in June, they'll be around and stuff. So, one time last year, I was going home, and I was like going to the little play place, and they were there, like aquamarine blue butterflies everywhere. And their wings, they made this tiny little noise, like, or at least that's what I imagine they'd sound like. It was so quiet. But anyways, yeah, I was walking around there and it was dark, and there were these kids that were taking the butterflies off the play structures and crushing them. And I asked them, why would you do that? And then they said, well, it's better than microwaving them. Last year, we microwaved them. And then they went into all this detail about how they put the butterflies in the microwave, and then they would explode. That was the start of butterfly season. So in June, and then in July, when it got too hot and they all died, the cycle would start over again next year, or at least in September, when they would turn from eggs into pupa, and then from pupa into, yeah, you know the rest. You know how butterflies work. So, yeah. But, yeah, I don't understand why some people can't just leave butterflies alone, even if they don't understand them. There's so little we know about literally everything. So why should we waste time trying to discover the natural world? Who already knows that the people who think they're the smartest and have all the degrees are usually the most stupid? That's what I think anyway. Like, I think it's stupid to put butterflies in the microwave, even if it's for science. I don't want to destroy anything for science, unless it's like a prison or something.
You got to write it down, 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 write it.
Setting. Solange's cell and immediate surroundings in an institution for the criminally insane. Time. Sometime in the late 1930s to early 1940s. Madame enters abruptly, startling Solange in gray prison garb, a red rag around her shoulders.
Claire, it's my turn to be Madame.
I'm your mistress, not your sister. Take that dress off at once. It'll have to be burnt.
Madame gave it to Claire.
Where would you even wear such a thing? Remove it at once and have it burned.
If I refuse?
You want to upset Monsieur? He has a swift way of dealing with anything that distresses me. Don't make me ask again.
I'm not afraid of Monsieur. I know secrets about him.
I haven't the time or patience to listen to your ridiculous flights of fancy.
Oh, it only interests Madame when I carry out her dirty work? Genteel to the last.
I am growing bored with all this.
Of course, I'll set it straight. You wanted to settle affairs.
I haven't the time.
I'm beginning to understand what Madame meant by possibilities. Perhaps I do know things about who runs the show.
What could you know? You're merely a
Is
servant.
Madame afraid? Did I kill Claire? Was I coming after Madame? Perhaps.
Someone might overhear.
Let them listen. It's only rats and spiders. The game's already gone too far. I want to get out, and you're going to help me find that damned door.
Don't you raise your voice to me. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I didn't mean to frighten Madame. I am forever her humble, devoted servant.
And I won't stand for mockery. Monsieur has his ways of dealing with you that are less genteel, as you say, like taking out the trash, gone and forgotten, like a
bad smell can't be erased like a spot on the rug. It's taken time to fester, to grow. Now it will hang in the air until we settle things. I'm not afraid of Monsieur, and I'm not afraid of you.
Claire enters.
It's true, Madame. We only want what's best for you, even if it means saving you from yourself. Solange, the leather strap.
They all begin rocking as though they're in a boat. Claire binds Madame to an imaginary post.
We won't dispose of you the way we did Monsieur. I can still hear the wet thump of his severed hand hitting the bathroom floor.
You've gone mad! Untie me at once!
Stop your crocodile tears and theatrics. It's time to end this.
Only your two devoted servants remain, steadfast to the end, bound for Devil's Island.
Oh, Solange, it's beautiful. It's finally coming true.
I demand you unbind me. The strap is cutting my wrist. And the rocking of this boat is making me ill.
Then soil yourself. You're in no position to make demands.
Why are you doing this? I've always treated you girls with respect.
By deliberately creating messes and horrors we would have to clean up?
It's in the past. Unbind me. I'll do as you wish.
You had your chance. So many chances.
What do you intend for me then?
Something befitting and painful, of course. Perhaps a funeral pyre at sea.
Oh, you girls. Got me prisoner, taking me to Devil's Island, a pyre at sea. Oh, you're too much. Certainly you realize the flaw in your plan.
Flaw?
You're both so clever, have managed to do away with Monsieur and whisked me off to sea. I'd have assumed you'd see the very large hole in your plot.
Hole?
You'd think I hired from the school for idiot children. There's only one boat, girls. A funeral pyre for one becomes a funeral pyre for three. Oh, those faces.
Yet again, we fail to see our mistakes.
Stop questioning everything.
Do you have a plan? As always, botched again because we didn't think it through. Sweet, sticky, nothing.
It's not nothing. We were a clod of dirt under her shoe. You're in my kingdom now.
Oh, your kingdom? It's your prison, and you're nothing.
In my kingdom, I make the rules.
Well, then get on with it. Maybe we can get somewhere without all this tedious circling around the point.
Where do you think you're going besides up in flames?
We've crossed over. There's no going back.
What are you blithering about now?
Swimming with sharks.
They're circling, Solange. They're hungry. They smell blood.
Sharks?
It's time. They're ready, and Madame has sealed her fate.
Help me, Solange. You know it never ends.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't do this.
You keep going in circles and circles. Oh, release me.
It's her fault. Stop being a coward. You can't fail this time.
Don't listen to her. Help me. I'll give you everything I have.
Claire stands behind Solange and softly whispers in her ear.
It's a trick. They're all the same. She'll say whatever she needs to save her skin.
She's lying.
Be still. This isn't real.
Solange.
Just die.
Solange vanquishes Madame.
I am not nothing.
She's gone. They're all gone.
Shh. I got rid of Madame. I did everything for you.
You protected me. Turn. Goodbye, Solange.
Wait, what?
You don't need me anymore. You never did. You can do it yourself.
I can't.
I love you, Monsieur.
Claire kisses Solange on the forehead and exits. Lights up in a neat but heavily used one-room home. There are piles of half-finished projects around the room, loose hammers, nails, and saws, stacks of books, many on gardening, many on astronomy, and some extra flower pots carefully arranged. In the middle of the room is an immaculate telescope pointed out a window. A little early morning light trickles through the window of a large handcrafted wooden door. In a lofted bed upstage is a sleeping, slightly haggard man. He looks physically strong and stable, but weary and wizened, as if that strength is often tested. About the room are large, rugged, and heavily reinforced pillars that appear to be holding up something much heavier than the ceiling. They appear to have been built by hand, and though their core is wooden, it appears as though they were reinforced out of whatever was available. The man in the bed, Atlas, startles awake somewhat violently. He briefly regains his bearing, then leaps out of bed to trek around the room. He goes to every pillar, testing them for weakness. They don't budge, but he is nonetheless thorough. Once done, Atlas walks to his telescope, polishing the lens and taking a moment to admire the thing. Just as Atlas begins to look about to plan his day, there is a rap at the door. Before Atlas has a chance to answer, Hermes walks in, a messenger bag over his shoulder.
No way. Oh, I don't believe it. Helios thought it was you. He told me, but I didn't believe him. He saw you, you must have peeked your head out or something when the sun was coming up and he spotted you. Crazy. You're still up here. Atlas, the real Atlas in the flesh. You're still up here.
Yes, I am still up here.
Oh, gods, forgive me. I was so excited you're actually here. I forgot my manners. I'm Hermes.
I know who you are, Hermes.
Right. Everyone does. I mean, you still have to say it. I mean, it's polite. It's procedure, proper communication when you meet someone, introducing yourself. You know, you got to introduce yourself. Gotta.
Yeah, I guess that's good practice.
Gotta.
Hermes,
Yes, sir. At your service.
will it make you feel better if we try this again?
Please, could we?
Be my guest.
Be back in a flash.
Hermes scuttles out the door, takes a moment, and then knocks before bursting in again.
Hello, I'm Hermes.
And I'm Atlas.
And I know. And it's a pleasure to meet you. A pleasure, really.
Is it a pleasure?
Oh, no, that's just a thing that people say.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I couldn't know if it's a pleasure yet.
How could you?
Yep, especially after what you did to my dad.
Yeah, especially after that.
Yeah, or I should say what you tried to do.
Yeah.
You failed.
Yes.
Quite famously. They still talk about that, you know, what you did, what they all did.
I know.
Wow, would you look at this place?
Hermes walks about the room haphazardly, almost knocking over Atlas's neat piles.
Please be careful.
So you've been here this whole time, all this time?
All this time.
I thought you got turned to stone.
There's only someone you can turn a titan to stone.
And there was the whole thing with Heracles.
Yes, the thing with Heracles. Please.
Oh, and the whole thing you trying to kill each and every god, which you failed at because my dad took you and all the titans down and sentenced you forever to hold the... Is that it?
Hermes charges towards one of the pillars.
No, don't touch that.
Is this it? Is this bearing the weight of the world? This holds up the sky?
All of them, yes.
So, you don't have to carry it on your back anymore.
No, fortunately.
You managed to build this all while carrying all that?
Yes.
How?
Carefully. Over centuries.
You certainly stick to it, don't you? You Titans sure stick to it. Stubborn you are. The gods are never stubborn in that way. You think that's a Titan thing, or?
Yeah, it might be.
Can I hold it?
What?
The weight of the world, you know. Let me hold it for a second.
No.
Come on, I can take it.
No, you can't.
What, you think you're stronger than me? Is that it?
No, I'm not trying to say anything about it.
I'm a god, Atlas. We won the war. You tried to destroy us all. You know, if you had it your way, I would have never been born. But you weren't strong enough. You weren't tactful enough, and you weren't as good as the gods. As Zeus, you know, you're lucky he put you here where you can serve a purpose. He could have just as easily cut you up into little bits and tossed you into Tartarus. You know that, right?
Enough.
You know that you're lucky, right? Okay, I'm a god. A god graced your presence, and you know, you didn't even bow or anything. I could smite you. I could have you destroyed. I could ruin you, Atlas. Do you know that? I could ruin you. I could end everything for you. You hear me? Everything.
Enough.
So tell me, Atlas, what is stopping me right now from summoning the power of Olympus, tearing down your pathetic home, and sentencing you once again to hold the crushing weight of the sky that you could only ever slightly handle? Would you like that? Would you like it if I returned you to your station, you worthless titan? Would you? Would you? Would you?
Atlas towers above Hermes, giving him a wrathful stare. Hermes freezes, falling to the floor. After a moment, Atlas returns to form and it softens apologetically. He offers a hand to Hermes, who, after realizing Atlas means no harm, allows himself to be helped up.
So, you ever talk to Zeus after, you know?
No.
You ever talk to anyone after that?
Not really.
When's the last time?
It's been a while, Harry.
Well, why?
I've been here.
Yeah, but why stay here?
I have a burden to bear. It's important.
Yeah, but do these things ever break?
They could.
But have they ever?
Not yet.
Then why not leave?
Because they could.
No one would blame you.
This is my place.
They've forgotten about you.
I was asked to hold up.
You know, no one would care if you just...
Hermes,
What?
why are you here?
Oh, right. Okay, here.
Hermes pulls a wrapped parcel out of his bag and hands it to Atlas.
Well, who is it from?
I was asked not to say.
Come on.
Hey, my word is my bond. Don't shoot the messenger.
Well, thank you.
My pleasure. It's what I'm here for. Toodaloo.
Hermes gives a nod of his head and heads out the front door. Atlas is left alone with the package for a moment when Hermes bursts in again.
Hey, should I come back?
What?
Well, should I come back? I mean, not now, but, you know, in the future, should I come by and check if you have any messages or things to deliver, anything like that? You know, check in, see if you need anything.
I don't suspect I'll need anything.
It's really no bother. Would be my pleasure, really.
Yeah, Hermes. Why don't you come back and we'll like that.
Excellent. I can't wait to tell everyone you're still here.
Wait, Hermes, if you could.
Hermes shuts the door behind him again, leaving Atlas with his package. He opens the paper, revealing a lens. He looks over it curiously for a moment, then excitedly rushes to his telescope and slots it in.
When your hands start cramping, you've done a good day's work. When the letters on your keys are blurry and your knees hurt, what you gonna do when the Red Bull is drinking you? You're thinking about your bed, but the proof is